Hello, good morning. This is Siva Devaki from MassMailer. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. Today I'm going to talk about a very important topic on how to customize the UI and the editor settings in MassMailer. This is a new feature that we released on the previous version. Um, and I would like to just go through that very quickly here. Just to summarize, you can customize the UI settings in the Outreach Wizard and the Quick Outreach Wizard by going to the MassMailer Setup under UI settings. There are a few options that are given to you, in which you can either hide or collapse certain sections or certain items. And that's all what you need to do. And then same thing goes with the editor options. There are a couple of simple editor settings that we have provided. And as again, this is just the beginning. We're going to add a lot more advanced features eventually to this UI settings and the editor settings. Because right now whatever customization that you're doing, it's at the global level, meaning the entire Salesforce org or all the users in the Salesforce will also get the same settings, whatever that you do in the setup. But if you wanted to do it for individual users or individual profiles, that feature is coming in the next upcoming releases. But right now, all these settings that you're going to do is more like a global setting for the entire MassMailer user base. Okay, let's quickly take a look at how you can actually customize the UI and the editor settings. Okay, so once you log into MassMailer, I would go to MassMailer Setup. I've opened that here. And then if you go to the UI settings, you will see two options here, the Outreach Wizard and the Quick Outreach Wizard. And I'm assuming that you're familiar with both of them. The Outreach Wizard is shown right here. And the Quick Outreach Wizard, Quick Send Outreach Wizard is actually a button that is displayed on the object layout as long as that object is enabled in MassMailer. So you can see we have sections such as the actual, the campaign channel. The section can be hidden or collapsed. So there are two options for each section that we're given, collapsed and hidden. And some sections are mandatory. We cannot just hide them, but the components in those sections, again, can be hidden or collapsed. So as you can see, we have that's the settings for the target audience page as well, and the file attachment settings. You can only disable only these three components, but not the entire section. The section will still be displayed, and then we still provide one option, that is ability to upload from the computer. It's still not editable at this point in time. Because we needed to have at least one option there on that page. But you can disable the other options, such as disable, like you can disable the file attachments from documents, attachments, and the content. And the sender options, again, if you're familiar with this, the common sender options where you are able to select the logged in user, common sender, account owner on behalf of custom. You have an option to disable those options as well. So one of them is going to be mandatory. So you have to have at least one option there, but you can, of course, disable the others. Same thing, the CC options. You can hide or collapse. Duplicate email settings, you can hide or collapse. The delivery options, again, you can hide or collapse these two sections, suppress event logging and then link email event logging. Those can be hidden or collapsed. And if you go to Quick Send Outreach Wizard, you'll see the same thing. The sections that are displayed here are similar to what you've seen in the other page. You can hide or collapse them. So let's go quickly take a look at this and see how it works. So for an example, if you wanted to disable the file attachment options, you can do that. And perhaps maybe you want to disable the custom. You don't want anybody to use that custom, or even maybe the on behalf of, you don't want them to just like enter anything. You can disable these three options, let's say. And um, and then what else? Maybe you don't need this link email event logging. Let's say you want to collapse it. Let's just make it as collapsed. So we have done few settings here, right? And then now if you go take a look at this outreach wizard, we have not done anything here. So we're gonna keep going here, some of these pages. Next step. I'm just gonna type in something.
I want to give you a behind the scenes glance at what it
You
looks
can
like
see
when you have a team of experts working around the clock getting
the file attachment options are hidden. Nothing is being displayed here other than the upload files option. And then here also I have disabled all other options other than logged in user common sender. So if I just show it to you, if you go back here, so file attachments, I've disabled those. And the sender options I've enabled only two, and rest of them are disabled. And then go to the next step. And here you can see the link email event logging is collapsed. So I've collapsed it, and the suppress event logging is hidden, so it's not getting displayed. So that's how it works. The collapse meaning you can always expand it and then uncollapse it, basically. Um, Otherwise, if you just think that it may not be necessary always, sometimes it may be necessary, then you can collapse it. Hide meaning you think that it is never going to be useful, then you're going to hide it. So that's the main difference. And the same thing you would see that even the quick send outreach wizard as well. Again, I'll show you how to go to the quick send. For example, if you go to any of the contacts, you may see a button called quick send. It's a simplified form of the send via MassMailer, the outreach wizard. So if you go there, you would actually see a one-page option there um, with pretty much everything that you can think of in the outreach wizard. Uh, so here, if you try to update the UI settings, for an example, you don't want to show these things again. So just disable those file options, and maybe we can disable these things. And then these two are already hidden. So let's say we do that. And then I'm actually going to go back to the record. And I'll come back from here, quick send. And now if you look at it, so the select sender options, we have hidden few of them. And then the file attachment, same thing. And then you can can see that I don't have that link, the email event logging, and also the suppress event logging, those are hidden. So that's how simple it is to basically hide or collapse certain sections in the outreach wizard and the quick send outreach wizard. And similarly, the editor settings, there are not that many settings here. So you can default the merge field syntax. If you think you're going to use Lightning, you can make it Lightning. And the default merge object also can be changed. Right now it is set to contact. You can always select anything else. And the template system information is collapsed. You can always hide it if you don't want to collapse it. I'll just show you what it means. So if you go to the template builder, you can see that the default merge field syntax object is contact, and then Lightning is the default one, and system information is collapsed. So basically, if you don't want to display this, you can always hide it. So we have given only a few options here, and the editor settings, again, is getting advanced eventually. So you will be able to select the default font, maybe the default color, few other options that you would be seeing in the editor settings. And currently, whatever settings that you do is all global, meaning all the users will be able to see the same setting options. But again, that is going to change eventually. We will have granular settings at the profile level and also at the user level eventually. Right now, it is a global setting. So that's pretty much what I want to demo today. Any questions? Feel free to speak out or put it in the chat window. Okay, looks like no questions. Once again, this is a weekly webinar every Thursday that happens at 9 a.m. Pacific. And the new topic would be published on our website and also the social channels. If you are part of our email list, you will also receive an email with the upcoming topic and also the recording for this current webinar. And if you still have any questions, here is my contact information and also the company contact information. Feel free to drop us an email or call us. Thank you so much once again for joining us. Have a great day or have a great evening. Bye-bye.